Hello, hello, hello. Give me a thumbs up, a wave, a smiley face, something to let me know you can hear me and see me. We have company today. Miss Mia decided to visit us for class tonight. And she says, hello. She says, I need to go get a haircut this week. I look like a Grinch. She's actually a very small dog. She's all fur right now. But she's my baby. All right, lay down. You can lay down in mommy's lap. She's my buddy. Hi, Katia. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Sue. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Robin. You can tell I'm tired today. It was hot today. And when it gets hot, it takes the wind out of my sails. Now lay down, sweet pea. There you go. That's my girl. The other one's laying down in the living room. She likes the carpet in the living room. We laid a rug down, and she lays on it and stretches out. And she says, I'm home. This one stretches out in my lap. Hi, Deborah. Oh, I hear you, big girl. Lay down. Lay down, sweet pea. Daddy's gone to do laundry, so they're keeping me company. If he's not at home, they don't let me get too far away. So they're my watchdogs. They watch every move I make, and if I'm going to eat something, they're going to be a part of it. So while we're waiting for everybody to get here, if you could give us a thumbs up, like this video, hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and also hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live or when we upload new content. So we'd love to have you as members of the classes. If you'd like to join our classes, it gets you the inside door to a lot of goodies. So just send us an email to the online tatting class and Pam will get you set up. Hi, Jill. We have about 4 or 5 minutes. And then everybody's going to come in and go, hey. We're going to finish up this pumpkin tonight. Did everybody get your bonus pattern? The trim using this pumpkin? Awesome. Hi, Barbara. I know I am. I'm well and I'm happy. Barbara, the pattern was in the email I sent out this morning and this afternoon, the extra pattern. It's the trim that you can put on a little girl's dress, or you can put it on a tablecloth. You can put it on your napkins. Many, many different things you can use this pattern for. And it was included in the email this morning as well as the email I sent out this afternoon. About the link, I copied the link for tonight's class, and for some strange reason, YouTube copied this morning's link. I don't know why. I think maybe it's because I copied it so soon after this morning's class. So it's okay. It's all good. Got the right link out. Yeah, so you could use it for a necklace. I mean, it's really a cute pattern. And it's got a lot of versatility to it. I'm going to give y'all a few things that's going to be happening when we return with the classes come January after we shut down for our winter break. And that way y'all can understand what's coming up. The lady that designed this pattern is a huge contributor to the online tatting classes. Hi, Lingo. And she's shared many patterns over the years with the classes. And recently she had a house fire and lost everything she had. It's been within the last couple of months. And the tatting community really has pulled together to help her out. And they've replenished her tatting supplies. They've replenished things that she lost, like household items and things like that. And they also took up a collection of funds to help her, you know, buy things she needs. And I think about that, and you just don't see that anymore very often, how a community of people will come together to aid others that they don't even know. And, you know, I remember back when 9/11, the Red Cross was having trouble getting funding out to those. And I'm like, people just didn't give back then, you know? And I don't know if that changed the way people thought or what, but I honestly think when the times get rough, people do come together. But I have not met a group of people like the tatting community before in my life. They are just together. It's like they're tatted together, literally. And if something happens to one of the tatters in the community, everybody jumps in and helps her. So I'm just amazed. I am just amazed. But Vicki Clark, she is a wonderful lady, and she's very sweet and kind, loving, and giving. So y'all keep her in your thoughts and prayers, okay? Right. You're right, Sue. Hi, Fred. That's good that they got it cleared. All right. It is 8 o'clock my time. Now, everybody, next weekend, remember the clocks fall back an hour, so we all get an extra hour's sleep. So when we have class, I expect everybody to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, not. I don't know about y'all, but when the time changes, whether it goes forward or backwards, it takes me at least a week to get used to it. I'm forever running late or running early. Just, it depends on which way the clock went. So, with that in mind, let's get to this tonight. And first, I want to discuss a few things with you guys. Some of you were here earlier this morning, and some of you weren't. If you notice, I don't have no fingernails now. I cut them off. The reason I cut them off is my pads on my fingers were desensitized. What that means is you can't feel your stitches, okay? And I don't know if it's an age thing or what, okay? I really can't describe what causes it, but when you have fingernails long like mine were, the pads on your fingers get numb and you don't feel anything. It's because the curvature of the nail does it. I think it pinches the nerves. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. So I will cut my nails off every 3 to 6 months. Okay. And when I do that, it resensitizes the pads on my fingers. So if you do that, and I'm not telling you to do it. Okay. I know women are funny about their fingernails. You know, I grow them. I want to keep them, you know. But if you do that every once in a while, you'll see that you've got a better control of your tatting. Believe it or not, that does help. So think about that. If you wear artificial fingernails, it desensitizes your fingers. Okay? Something to do with the chemicals. Doesn't matter if they're short or long, it desensitizes the fingertips. And that's where your pads are. That's where your muscle memory comes in, and you can feel your stitches. So when you're tatting, you don't have to watch what you're doing like this and break your neck. You can physically look away and do other things because you can feel with your fingertips what's going on. Okay? So that's food for thought for y'all. I've been doing it for years and years and years. And I found this out back when I was a young little whippersnapper. That yes, when you cut your nails off, they are very, very sensitive, and the sensitivity is very strong at first, and over time it starts fading away. But by the time it fades away, you've got it back. Okay, that's just if you see your stitches really getting misshapen and stuff, that's a way to get it corrected. I'm just saying, but I'm not telling you to do that if you don't want to. Okay, you don't have to, but it is something to think about. So, needless to say, that's the first order of business. The second order of business is classes will end November 15th. Okay, that's the week before, or 16th, excuse me. That's the week before Thanksgiving. We will not return until January 3rd. That gives everybody a chance to visit with family over the holidays and do the things that people do over the holidays. We're going to go home and be with family for the first time in 17 years for both holidays. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Then when we come back, here's the deal. We will be live on YouTube. Okay, when I open the classroom, we are going to be broadcasted across the world. All right, there's not going to be an unlisted class anymore. We will be public. All right, the channel is growing so fast that with it being unlisted, it can't handle how many students are coming in. I have had students booted out, okay? So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to go publics, okay? When does registration open for the next semester? If you're signed up with the classes now, Jill, you don't have to sign up again. You are registered for the classes, okay? Everybody got that? You do not have to sign up again. Once you're registered, you're always registered until you say, take me off your list. All right? It's better that way. That way, y'all don't have to mess with it. One time, you're done. Okay? So, everybody got the dates. November 16th is the last day for classes for my classes. I don't know when Sue's going to stop her classes. I can't speak for Sue. She's doing her own classes on her own channel and her own website. So I can't speak for her. But I'll put it on our site when she lets me know when her classes are so that you all can just go to our site and see when the classes end for her. Yeah, ours goes back an hour this weekend, Sue. So, All right, next order of business. All right, we're going to finish this pumpkin. We're going to try to get started on that 3D pumpkin that, I forget the lady's name. God forgive me, I tell you, my brain is just gone. I'll get all the stuff together for next week's classes, and we're going to start the 3D project. Reason we're going to work on that 3D project, she needs help. She needs somebody to test this for her so that she can produce a good quality pattern. And as tatters, we need to do our due diligence when another tatter says, I need someone to test tat. So this is going to be a good learning class for to be a test tatter. All right, we're going to start with the pattern. We're going to go through it. So this will bleed over into when we come back. Okay, now this is considered part of design, but it's also considered a big part of learning all things tatting. Okay, and it's something that is very infrequently taught. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go down below, and when my husband gets home, I'll have to walk away from the computer for a little bit to open the door because I got the deadbolt locked. All right, so with that, let's go down below. We'll also be running new software when we come back as well. Let me see. Okay. Now, as you can see, I have tatted my pumpkin up to a certain point. When we left class, I had mistakenly tatted this picot and this picot and messed up. And I cut it off and showed you how to cut it off. Well, I corrected that and I went ahead and did this half of the pumpkin. All right, and I followed the instruction. And then I come around the bottom and was starting up this side. Now, everything from this side this way is a repeat of this side this way. Does everybody got that? It is a mirror image. One side is a mirror image of the other. Sue, I'll send that to you. Hi, Pam. That's okay. Did you get to go to dinner tonight? I hope so. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to compare this to the written instruction so you can follow along and see what I did. All right? Now, here's where we left off, right here. The turnwork mock picot is only used if you are going to do continuous tatting without the cut and tie. We did the cut and tie because we're beginners. We are not advanced tatters just yet. We're getting there, okay? So we don't need to worry about the turn work and the mock picot. All we need to worry about is what's after that on that chain, which is 12 double stitches, a lock join, next picot, and 12. That means lock join after you tat 12 stitches, lock join in the next picot, and tat another 12. And I did that. I'm going to show you where I did it. Let me get a little pointer out here. I did the 12 double stitches here and a lock join right there. I did the other 12 stitches here. Now this is where she calls for a 6 join 6 ring. Okay, then we do 8, no, it's not 8, it's 10 double stitches here. Okay, and then we do another 6 picot 6 or a join 6. Then we come off with 10. here. Okay, here we have 3, join 3, and we go on into the next 8. This is 8 double stitches here. Then we come back in with 12, lock join here, 4, lock join here. This is the bottom of the pumpkin, and 12, lock join here. All right, is everybody caught up to where I'm at? Because we're going to finish from here around to here. And wait and get everything caught up here on video. As soon as I get a yes, we're caught up, then I'll get moving on. There is some lag tonight. YouTube is not liking the update in the software that I use to run the classes. So when we come back, we will have new software. When we start in January, we will have new software that YouTube does like. So we shouldn't have those problems anymore with the lag and stuff. All right, thank you, Carol and Jeremy. All right, so we are right here with our last 12 double stitches. And as you can see on my table here, what I have, let me get my little strings all straightened out. I just pulled off a lot of thread off of my shuttle. It is not attached to anything, okay? I just pulled this off of my shuttle so that I could do my chains and not have to worry about a second shuttle. All right, so we've done our 12 double stitches right here. The next thing we need to do is 3, join to this picot here, 3 on a ring. All right, so we have to reverse work. Now, Vic does not put those little comments in her patterns, and there's several tatters that won't put that in. Because the rule of thumb is after every element, you reverse your work. Most tatters know this, but a new tatter wouldn't. And that would make this pattern difficult to someone that's a new tatter. They see it on the internet and they say, oh, I want to do that. That is so pretty. And there's no reverse work, nothing like that in there. And they don't know to reverse their work between elements. So remember, you have to reverse your work between your elements. All right? So now let's get going. We're going to do 3 double stitches. All right, 1, 2, and 3. All right, I got my 3 double stitches. Now I want to join them in this picot right here. Okay, pull it up, hook it on that finger, and we're going to run our shuttle down through that little joining picot there. Bring it in, tighten it up, and put our other 3 in. That's 1, 2, and 3. And my ring around my fingers, my loom is getting very, very small. Okay, now see we've got 3 joining picot, 3, and it's a ring. Pull it into the pinch and close that ring. Remember, work that ring around till it's closed. Because it is so small, that ring will get disjointed, okay? Use your finger and work it out, all right? You have to fiddle. That's okay, Barb. That's fine. You'll get caught up. All right, now we have 8 double stitches we have to tat on this chain. Okay, So let's put in our 8 double stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, we got our 8 double stitches. Let's pop that chain in, reverse our work again. Okay, and we're going to do 3 joining picot 3 for the second ring. So let's get that in. We go 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to join in that same spot. Grab it, pull that picot in, run our shuttle through and tighten it down. Okay? Put in our other 3 double stitches. That's 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Now, let's close that ring. All right, now we've got that ring closed, and as you can see, they're both joined to that same picot. And your ring has to be fiddled with because it is a small ring. Okay, because small rings have a tendency to roll in on themselves. So fiddle with it before moving on to your next element. That's just food for thought, people. Food for thought. All right, now we've got 8 more double stitches to do. So we're going to reverse our work. Okay. Choke up on our shuttle. And we're going to put in 8 double stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, the next ring we want to put in is 6. Let me see. Did I do that wrong? Looks like I did. I was supposed to put it there. Wait a minute. I think we found another mistake in the pattern. Because there's our 10 right there. And she's got 6 join 6. And then we go into the 8, 8. Yeah. This is an extra ring. This was supposed to be here, so she's got the instructions backwards. It happens, folks. It happens. So what we'd have to do to correct it, we'd have to take all this out, back up to here, okay, and start with the double on this side, the twin rings, as Sue said. You don't think you have the right pattern. It is the Quaker Pumpkin, Barb. All right, and then you'd come in with this 6 here and 6 here, and then move on. Okay, so we're going to pretend, instead of cutting it out and going backwards and everything, that these are right. And we're going to put 6 right here. Okay, a ring of 6, join 6. So we're just pretending here because there's no sense in backing this all out. Yeah, I know I missed the long chain. That's okay. Because I did get the long chain. Wait a minute. No, I got the long chain. It's right here. 12, 4, 12. And then she goes in to 3 picot 3. Okay? But on the second round, when we do the 10, we come off with the 4. Where are we at? We come off with the 4. She says 3 picot 3. I did it. Then she's got 6, 6. Then she's got a 12. You see? I did it. Wait a minute, I'm backwards. That's why it's not looking right. Here it is. 12, 4, 12. Yeah, I messed up. It was me. That's okay. We all do. Mia, you have to get down, honey. You're squirming. Go past your sister. Nothing like having toenails in your leg. Nothing like it. I mean, gotta love them. All right, so we're going to move on, and we're going to put 6 picot 6 in here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Usually I put a place marker where I'm working, and I did not do that without even thinking. Yeah, it's not a good brain day. It's been a hectic day today for some reason. Of course, it didn't help that most of our orders came in today. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, I know, Sue. I know. I missed it. That's all right. We can miss it. This will go in my batch of uh-ohs. All right, so we've got our second 6, 6, okay? Now, she is coming back around. We want to get over to here, because this is where the brown is going to come in at, is in this area right here. This is no big deal. It's supposed to look like this. I made a boo-boo, okay? So, we got our 6, 6, whatever. We're set. We're going to move on, just as if nothing is wrong. And we're doing our 12, all right? I have, and I got this years ago from Tat Days. And what it is a very skinny popsicle stick with a tiny, tiny clothespin on it. And that is the best thing for keeping track of where you're at in a pattern, whether you're reading it out of a book or on a piece of paper. And I have misplaced it and have no idea where it's at. It is somewhere. So, and usually if I'm tatting a pattern that has a lot of repeats like this, I'll have it, and I just move it down. You know. I know I can use other things, but I'm used to that. And when you get a certain age, you get set in your ways, and that's just the way it goes. Yeah, showing how to compensate for the brain drain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now she's coming at the top. Right here. We're going to join here at the top of this one, right? We're working our way around to this picot here. I want to get that in so that y'all can see how you do that brown. Because she's only using a little bit of that brown for the stem. There we go. Hi, Pasha. Yeah, it does. It does teach you, but it also shows you I'm only human. I'm not superwoman. A lot of people are like, oh, you're so great. No, I make mistakes just like the rest of us. Okay, if I didn't make a mistake at least 5 times in a pattern, I would not be normal. Okay, I'm just going to lay it on the table like it is. All right, so we're down to, we're going to pretend like all this was right to that point. We're down to our last chain, okay? Right here, the 12, lock join 12. So we're going to do the second half of this lock join, okay? And then we're going to change the ball thread to brown. Okay? So let's get that done. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Jill. Is that's the way it worked. And it was just, I mean, it was cute. It was just a little tiny little popsicle sticks, what it looks like, but it was so tiny. I've never seen a popsicle stick that small. And then it had this little tiny clothespin on it. It was attached to it, and you just stuck the clothespin on your paper, and it would just slide down your paper, whether it was in a book or whatever. And it stayed there. If it was in a book, you just close your book up. And that's the neatest thing since sliced cheese, and I've misplaced it, and I'm lost. I don't know about y'all, but if I misplace something I like and I use a lot, yeah, I'm just lost. Forget it. Just hang me out to dry. I'm done. All right, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we're going to join right here. Okay? Once we join, we're going to switch the ball thread over to the brown. Now, she doesn't tell you to tie it on. She doesn't tell you how to add it. Okay? That is up to you. Okay, let me go open the door. Hubs is here. Be right back. The girls are going to bark. Yep, Daddy's home. Okay, didn't take long. He comes in right across from where I'm sitting. You have to bear with the girls. They're going to bark like crazy. Baby hair clips. I would imagine that would work. Girls! No, Daddy's coming. All right, babies, come on. He's just not getting in the house fast enough. They think he should just appear right now. Okay. Say hello to him, Dad. Okay, anyway, she does not tell you how to add that brown thread. Any ideas on the best way to add this brown thread into our work? I'm going to cut that tail off a little bit, get that thread out of my way. Any idea? We've got our brown thread here, and I've wound it on 2 shuttles. Wonder why I would do that. Well, actually, Sue, the chain that will be at the end, this 4 lock join 20, is the whole entire stem. And that's where we're going to stop. So what I did was I wound 2 shuttles, continuous thread. All right. This here is the orange thread with the lock join in place. Well, guess what we're going to do? We're going to snip it. Okay. We're not going to tie a knot in this. We're going to tap these tails up into the stem. The way we're going to do that, we are going to pull another picot right here, grab that brown thread and pull it through. All right. And we are going to make a lock join with this brown thread. All right. Keep your orange thread out of the way for a second, because you want that lock join to come down. All right. Now we have 2 tails. Now a pumpkin stem is usually a pretty thick stem, right? So this will give it a look of padded tatting, which is an advanced technique, but it is a technique we can use to our benefit for this stem. Now, Here's what she's got us doing. Let me roll this up, get some of that thread out of me way. We're going to do 4 double stitches and lock join on the mock picot on this chain right here. Okay, so let's go. Now, as we go, we're going to work these ends in, and we're going to pad our tatting to make it a little bulkier so it actually looks like a stem. Okay, let's do the second half, and you want to feed it back up. Do another one. And this is how you can get your tatting to resemble something real. Use little tricks like this to your benefit. Okay, there's 2. Pull that up and back down. That's okay, Jeremy. Whatever floats your boat. Listen, there's people probably make a blue pumpkin. So you're not out of place, because I'm going to tell you something. This little motif by itself, if you finish this stem out here, the 4 double stitches in the same color, you could put this on a Christmas ornament, you know, those glass balls you get. Put it on there, and you could stitch it with tatting together and have it on there and decorate your Christmas ornaments. All right, we got 3 double stitches here. We're going to go ahead and put in this 4th double stitch. All right, and before we close up that second half of that double stitch, we want to pull that thread really tight. Now, because this is where we're going to join on the other side, and we want all of this to follow over. But I want you to look at the difference in the thread. Can you all see how much thicker this looks than this? It's because this is padded with these extra 2 tails. And we left a pretty big tail so that we could go ahead and finish it out. And as the stem gets longer, your tails will drop off and get thin, because in reality, on a pumpkin where the stem comes off, it gets smaller as it gets closer to the vine. Okay, so we're using nature to our advantage. Now we're going to lock join to this picot right here. Okay, let's pull that in. All right, we're going to hook that on our finger, get these 2 and pull them through. Why would we want to pull these through? Because we want to continue the padding. All right. Now, let's pull our shuttle up, knuckles to nails. Grab these, pull it in. All right, and this is where you would have to fiddle with your tatting to get everything lined up to finish. All right, and you see there's the base right there of our stem. Now she has us doing 20 and then turning our work and doing 24 to join at the beginning of the stem over here. All right, so let's continue. Let's do our 20. Just keep on tatting until these ends get in there good, okay? And the closer we get, about midway, we want to start dropping off some of these ends that we're tying in and using to pad with. All right? going to show you how you do that. Now we've got 2. Let's do another one here. That's 3. And there's 4. Now on this 4th one, I think I'm going to go ahead and drop one of these tails. I'll drop the shortest one. Okay, here we go. There's our little short one. We're going to drop him, and the way we drop him is we fold him in the back. Now, let's continue. And we're going to continue feeding this. All right. Now, padded tatting, a good example of padded tatting, if you'll look up in the history of tatting, is they use coronation cord to give a padded look to their tatting. And you can't buy coronation cord anymore. It's not around. But it was padded in sections. It reminds me of cocoons in a row. That's what it reminds me of. So, there we go. Here we go. We got this one. We're going to pull this half through. Now it's time to drop this one out. What we do is pull it in tight and drop it behind. Tighten our stitches up and continue. 4, 5. Let's see how many I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's do 10 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, now you see how it's curved? Does that not look like a stem of a pumpkin? Okay, now in her directions, she has this going back the other way. So what we've got to do is cut these little tails off and get them out of our way. All right. There we go. Tails are out of our way. And she's got us turning our work like a book. Okay? Well, she means reverse our work. Okay? Like I said, she's in Canada. All right? Canadians do different. All right? Or did I grab the wrong shuttle? I think I did. Yes, this is the right shuttle. Well, maybe we do turn. Let's try that. If I turn the work, yep. Okay, I'm an airhead. That's okay. Sue talks to me on the telephone. She knows how much of an airhead I can be. All right, let's go. We're going to do 24. 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, when we turned our work, it reversed the direction of the threads and it gives us a point. Okay? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, we've got our 24 stitches. Now we're supposed to lock join down here at this picot. And that's what we're going to do, lock join it. All right. Nails to knuckles. Pull that lock joint down. I know it's twisting, and it's going to. All right. This is fiddle time. This is where we fiddle. All right. Cut off my fingers. What I'm going to do is go ahead and cut these 2 shuttles off so you can see what we've got. We have our pumpkin. We have our stem. Okay? And you have to fiddle with it. This is a good time to block your pumpkin. Okay? But you see, there is your stem. Now, I'm just going to tie an overhand knot here. Okay? And so I can cut these tails and get them out of the way because they are distracting. That is for sure. So you can see better what it looks like. But it does look like a pumpkin. All right? No, this is not the knots and stuff we use normally. This is just an espresso way of doing it. But you see how it makes this stem, by turning our work, it makes the stem turn the right direction as a pumpkin would. So what do you think? What do you think of the pattern? Is it not cute? I mean, it's fairly simple if you just stay focused on the instructions. I will be honest, it's hard to tat and talk at the same time. I never was one that could talk and chew gum at the same time. I'd fall over my own 2 feet if I tried it. But that's just the way it goes. All right? But try it. I mean, this is a cute pumpkin. Mistakes and all. She's cute. All right? Try the pattern on the page that is the trim. Okay? And what we're going to do next time is we are going to start to work on that 3-dimensional pumpkin. The reason I want to work on that, I thought the pumpkin was very, very cute. I could see this pumpkin, the 3-dimensional one, being used in other ways. Okay? Now, this is something I want all of you to understand. Okay? Just because the pattern is a pumpkin, it doesn't have to be a pumpkin. You can make it into anything you want to make it. If you see a pattern and you're following the lines of that pattern and you like it, but you don't want it as what it is, make it into something else. That open your imagination and take it a step further. You like the pattern, tat it up to see it, and then sit there and look at it. I see this pumpkin, okay, without this part here, as the start of a dolly around Robin. I see this pattern on one of those Christmas balls hanging off of a tree in metallic thread, some beads added to it. See? Just because it's a pumpkin now, imagine what it could be and use it for that. Okay? I seen somebody, they did Robin Perfetti's book. I think it was 20 or 24 snowflakes, something like that. It's a very good book. If you can get your hands on it, get it. Okay, Robin's not around. Nobody's heard from her. I don't know what's happened. It's like she fell off Earth. But she stepped away from tatting for a while, and we haven't heard from her. Her Etsy shop's not updated. Nothing's updated. So I don't know what's going on. But she's had a book out with 20 or 24 snowflakes. And the snowflakes are beautiful. And somebody's trying to figure out what to do, okay, with this snowflake. You know, all these little snowflakes. Well, she wants to make a dolly or make a tablecloth. That would be beautiful. I know you all have seen the crochet motifs that people will make a bunch of motifs and crochet them together. Mike Lyons does dollies and puts them together and creates some of the most beautiful designs you've ever seen. Okay? He is an inspiration to tatters because people don't use dollies anymore. They just don't. But I've seen people take dollies and make dream catchers. Things like that. So think outside your box. Oh, she got upset. I can understand. I fully can understand. And there's a lot of designers have been lost because of that, Sue. But anyway, what I'm saying is use your imagination. Just because it's a pumpkin, don't make it a pumpkin. Okay? It is whatever you want it to be. You can make a pumpkin and wear it as a necklace. You can put it together with a chain and make a bracelet. Okay? You make earrings if you do it in size 80. If you like the 20, you can do it in 20. But size 80 would make it a really super small pumpkin, and it would be cute. Okay? She shared a trim with you. The trim that she's got on that pattern, I believe where the vine or the stem is, I think that's yellow and it looks like a vine. I would do that in a dark green and make it a vine, as it should be. It's right before the pumpkin is ripe and ready to be picked. You see? Exactly, Sue. Exactly. So think outside the box. You don't have to use it for a pumpkin. All right? But the three-dimensional pumpkin, she said she was having trouble, I think, with the top or the bottom. I'm not sure which one it is. But she's having some troubles with that bottom setting right or the top setting right. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this three-dimensional pumpkin. And I'm seeing a candle base for your table at Christmas, at Thanksgiving. That's what I'm seeing. Okay? And if you're going to use tatting with a candle, please make sure it's in a votive glass and the tatting's on the outside if you use a real candle. However, you can get these tea light candles that they give off a flame that looks like a real flame, but it's not, and they run off batteries, and batteries last for like 12 hours or something, and they're very inexpensive. You can get them at Dollar Tree, you can get them at the dollar store. I buy them by the box off of Amazon, and they flicker like a regular candle, but your tatting don't go up in flames. Okay? So, with that said, is there any questions on the pumpkin other than I boo-booed? Fred, I didn't know you tie-dye with Sharpies. That's cool. It's not on the website. I have to get it. She posted it. It's part of the Indrux project, Jill. And she posted it, and I seen it, and I was like, this would be perfect for the classes because it involves both beginners, intermediates, and advanced. Okay? And we got to get all her documentation together so that we can get started on it. I've already got the permissions and everything from her. I mean, all the Indrux patterns that they're putting out are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It's a Girl Scout thing. Okay. I think it's pretty cool. Now, I used to dye paper with Sharpies, and I made my own alcohol inks with Sharpies. And I got news for you. I never had a problem with it bleeding at all. Although my hands came out 17 different colors, but I never have problems with the inks bleeding. It came out with because I have the recipe for it. It came out like the actual alcohol inks you use in paper crafting. But you got some of the most beautiful colors that you can imagine. Yeah, I know. You're going to love it. That we start next week. All right. Tomorrow, intermediate advanced class, we are going to learn how to do pearl tatting. Okay? Because that is something that you can use on your snowflakes, and you can use it on all of your tatting that is a chain, and give it a little pizzazz. All right? So tomorrow's class, we're going to learn pearl tatting. There is not going to be a pattern. Okay? Reason being, learning the technique is going to be difficult enough because it will blow your mind. All right? So if there's no more questions, I'm going to call it a night. And I want to wish you all a wonderful night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite, as my mom used to say. And may all your thread make beautiful lace. Happy tatting, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.